Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo.
Hi, my name is Tom Pussell. I'm the Director of Outreach and Evangelization at St. Raphael Parish, and I am pleased to be sitting here with Dr. George, who's going to share about his platform of influencing people for Christ and his story. He's going to be speaking at Metro on October 30th, which is Wednesday. It'll be at 7 p.m., and we'd love to see you out there. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Dr. George.
Thank you, Tom.
Where are you from?
So originally from Lebanon. I grew up there, did my medical school there, and ended up moving to Cleveland for training.
Okay.
So I've been in Cleveland since 2010, and I've been practicing medicine since.
Wow. Have you always been a person of faith?
Yes. I don't have a conversion story per se. I think I've always grew up within the church, within the faith, but in one of my pilgrimages to Medjugorje, I've had an encounter that completely reshaped my relationship with Jesus Christ. And what happened there is I was taken through an exercise by one of the sisters there. We were on a pilgrimage. And the exercise consists of basically going down to the secret garden of your heart, a scriptural term to say this is where God resides. I mean, we are temples of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And so the encounter with God doesn't happen, it's not a search outward, it's a search inward. And so this exercise basically allowed me to go into this inner place. And in front of the Blessed Sacrament there, I heard him speak for the first time. And it just completely changed my relationship. And after that happened for me the first time, I just got into this practice of daily contemplative prayer. And it just opened up my relationship with Jesus in a completely new way. Just made him real for me. You know, it wasn't a concept anymore. He was just a living person that interacts with me on a daily basis. And just changed my whole outlook on prayer and prayer life.
That's beautiful. What does your prayer practice look like on a daily basis?
Yeah, on a daily basis, I will have anywhere between 40 to 50 minutes of silent prayer, usually in front of the Blessed Sacrament, but it doesn't have to be so. And after that, I go to Mass. And that's been the case for several years at this point. And again, it just has enriched my relationship with him in a way that is unbelievable.
So, you're a busy guy.
Yes.
You got a lot going on. And yet, you make time to do this. And in making time to do this, how does this affect the rest of your busyness as a doc?
Yeah, so I think you can always find time for what you prioritize. I can tell you in 15, 20 years of being in the field, I've never skipped a day of eating. so I always find time for food, and I think as you grow into this practice and you start to realize what it gives you, it becomes an addiction. I mean, the discipline is necessary maybe a little bit at first, but once you're used to this, once you're used to spending time with him, to like his presence, you don't do it because you have to. You do it because you miss it. I think, the simplest thing just take a completely different meaning. I mean, they say, I used to read the Bible and Jesus says, I am the vine, you are the branches. You say, sure, I mean, I get that. But not really. I didn't really get that until I started to do this actual practice. Because now I can tell you if I go a few days without doing it, I will be disconnected. I'll just feel my patience die and my love die, and it really feels like I'm withering. And so it just gives new meaning to scriptures, and again, it's just grounding you on a daily basis. I'm a very different person when I don't do this. I think a lot of people will attest to that.
Okay. So, how did you become a YouTube influencer? Was this something that you were thinking about, or?
No, the short answer is no. Social media has never been a thing for me. I think probably the last time I had any post on social media before this was prior to 2010. So I'm not big on social media whatsoever. But thinking about the last 7, 8 years, God has given me so much. And it got to the point where I felt that the message has to come out. And in prayer, the idea started coming to mind, and I was very resistant to it initially. When God asks you to do something, and you're like, nope, not for me. But it kept coming back, and ended up giving in. And so I started the process, and I think he helped me so much with putting all these people on my path that helped me build the channel. I mean, I have no skills whatsoever when it comes to video or shooting or editing or any of that. And as soon as I started the project, people started to appear in my life that made this possible. So that was also a confirmation for me.
That's awesome. What do you want to share with us at Metro on October 30th? What would you like people to hear and receive?
I just want to share what contemplative prayer did in my life. And I just want to invite everybody to start this practice, because I think there's so much that God is longing to give. We're just not used to sitting in silence and hearing His voice. I think prayer was petition for me for the longest. And it took me meeting Him to understand that prayer is relationship first. So that's what I'm hoping to bring. I just want to speak about my experience a little bit, about some of the practices I've learned in the last 7 or 8 years, and maybe just give people who are interested in this practice some practical points on how to get started and how to get on that train.
Awesome. So encouraging. And I really look forward to hearing you. October 30th, would love for you to join us. There'll be praise and worship, an awesome message, and then ice cream afterwards. So come to St. Raphael's October 30th at 7 p.m. Thank you, Dr. George.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. See you there.
All right.
All right.
Santificado sea tu nombre.